Good morning, welcome back to another video, and today is another day of the Zero to Gold Cap Challenge. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. First of all, I'd like to start off with the Adala fundraiser for the RSPCA. We are currently at £167.21 for, as of the recording of this video right now. If anyone wants to donate, the link is in description down below for the prevention of cruelty to animals, and all of the money and proceeds will be going towards the RSPCA. All you have to do is just donate through the link in the description. Aside from that, this seems to be going really well at the moment, and every single day keeps on getting better and better. So hopefully we can hit some really high margins for this fundraiser. Aside from all of that, let's get back into the gold. Now the gold for today is going to be really pitiful. Yes, it is. Basically, it's 1,239 gold. This is what I would consider as a lull week. Now, lull days, sorry, I'm used to saying week. Lull days are primarily ones where you don't sell an awful lot of some particular item. Now, this is because we are currently doing a few flips, and it takes time for some of the flips to actually sell. Some flips are instant sellers with like the Tidesbury braces. For Gloom Dust, it's primarily going to be selling pretty much really fast. The only problem is it's kind of time consuming. With other different types of flips and all that jazz, it does take a while for them to sell and see if we can bring in any of that gold, so to speak. But aside from all of this, this is going to be one of those lull days where we aren't going to make an awful lot of gold for the day until we start ramping up and building upon how much gold we've actually got. At this moment in time, we've got 13,000 gold with a load invested into different types of flips as of yesterday. So what I've been doing is crafting the green linen braces using the Worth It add-ons, disenchanting, so to speak, and I can invest 42 gold to make 100 braces, and my disenchanting profit for every 100 braces is about 452 gold. You're probably thinking that's pretty bad for the time invested, but you've got to remember that there's hardly any of this on the supply on the auction house. So what I'm doing is I'm doing menial jobs that no one else wants to do and taking advantage of the lack of supply but a pretty decent demand for it by looking at the sell rates. Then I can then do those really boring-esque farms and, so to speak, or gold making practices, and then profiting off of that. Because if the demand is there and the supply isn't there, I'm going to fill the supply regardless on the time constraints and the amount of profit that goes into it, because either way, profit is profit. 42 gold to 452 gold is not going to take you that long to do, especially when you're crafting these braces and you've got it macroed, which I do. The macro for this is /cast disenchanting /use green linen braces. Now you can do this for pretty much all of these besides a couple of them near here which come up with like some weird ones, so you're better off using TSM destroying. But other than that, the gold rates for this is going to be kind of good. I didn't do the Tidesbury bracer one because it's like a 1,000 gold difference or less than, and at this moment in time, yes, it can provide me with a decent amount of profit, but I'd rather get on top of some of these other ones that are doing it as well. So, for instance, the silkweave epaulets, which are 100 of those, 607 gold investment for a 2,900 gold investment as well. So I did those. And the thing with this one is I found out that I can make more gold by using the epaulets, disenchanting them, and then using my lay shatter to shatter the shards into the arcana, and I can actually get a bit more gold through that. So it's kind of handy really when it's doing all of that jazz. This is located in your enchanting and it's pretty easy to do. So lay shatter, lay shards. You can even make a profit by even doing that off the auction house, but remember the 20% fee, it will do all of that jazz. But that's pretty much what I've been doing this morning, just crafting braces, disenchanting them, and doing all of that jazz to try and build up a decent amount of stock. Now, I do get some chaos crystals, but on my realm they're selling for about 300 gold a piece. That's pretty damn good, I'm not going to lie. But the market region value average is around about 315 gold. No, is roughly around about 47 gold. So I have to bear in mind, so to speak, to not think, I'm going to make 300 gold per of this. It can lie to you sometimes with the values that are presented to you. So you need to double check all the time. It's probably a good practice to get into on the early stages if you're just getting into gold making, to double check all of the stats that you're looking at to make sure that you're going to actually make some gold back from this. But aside from that, I'm literally going to craft a load of green braces and just post those to the auction house with the strange dust, which has a region average daily sold of 95. So I'm probably going to sell quite a lot of these, so to speak, and same with the lesser magic essences and the greater magic essences as well. So we finished that Arcanar one, and that has a region average daily sold of 168, and that's pretty damn good for 17 gold a piece, plus the chaos crystals, which are saying 315, but I'm probably going to sell them for less than what's actually going to be done. So at the end of the day, that will be something that's to bear in mind when you're actually doing this flip, if you actually decide to do any disenchanting flips moving forward. Now, I did buy some rune cloth, and I found that some of the things weren't balancing, so to speak, so I have to bear in mind with that. So I'm going to hold on to that rune cloth into a later date. If you want me to just show you that I've got the actual rune cloth and not actually cheating, I actually genuinely have it in my regions bank here, and I crafted a load of them into the bolts. So it's just to hold on to that until the dust for that and the gems balance back out, because someone tried to do a market reset last night. So I'm going to just hold fire until it balances back out and then disenchant and repost on the auction house. Now, aside from that, I did do a gathering farm, so let's move over to our herbalist. Now, coming in for today, we did the Ajara's Vale farm. Now, this one is located in Vashir, within the Abyssal Depths. Now, the route is on the screen right now, and I paired this with the Obsidian Ore farm. Now, this one is on the same actual route as the Ajara's Vale one, so if you're a multi-farmer, you can actually get a lot more gold per hour. As when I check my worth it, obviously, I actually heavily rely on my own add-on. It's actually kind of funny, really. But what I was looking for is Obsidian Ore. It says about 14,000 gold per hour for that, and the sell rate is at a 0.34. Then we go over to the herbs one, and what we're going to look for is Ajara's Vale, which says 17,000 gold per hour. Vashir is the same place. Eventually I will have like little check buttons where it will pull up the route for you to show you where to farm, but until this point they're in the same place, and I know they're in the same place for the Ajara's Vale. So all I'm doing is farming around this entire area, just swimming around, picking up Ajara's Vale and mining obsidian. Now, this actually came to around about 30,000 gold per hour. Now, obviously, we picked up just a little bit of that, so we'll go to the dashboard and we'll press bag value, 30,642 gold's worth of stuff, and that includes the obsidian ore, the Ajara's Vale, volatile life, and some gems that came along with it, and also some volatile earth, which we can sell on the auction house as well. This has actually turned out to be kind of really handy, and I'm genuinely loving it at the moment for this farm, because 30,000 gold per hour just by multi-farming a farming location in the same area, it actually upped the ante, because one of them was 14,000, the other one was 17,000. Do a multi-farm, it just turned into a 30,000 gold per hour farm. Now, I would like to genuinely do this in the future for like worth it and all that jazz, but at this moment in time, I'm just gonna cover it on here until such a time as we finish developing all of the other bits and bobs. Now this isn't a worth it update or anything, so let's get back into this. The genuine premise of this is you'll be farming around the abyssal depths. Just be prepared that around about this area here, and if we say around about here, this is currently one of the spawn locations for Poseidus. So if you are luckily enough to find him here on the Azhara's Veil farm, he has a 100% drop chance of dropping the Poseidus mount, so don't forget to take him out if he does spawn. Unfortunately, I wasn't lucky when I actually found him, and as he was already dead when I was farming him. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much the farm for the day. I have been doing the Azhara's Veil farm. There's another bit of Azhara's Veil, and I will pick that up and post that to the auction house. So that being the case, let's send this all over to our main and we'll see how much gold's worth of stuff we have on the auction house going forward. So that being the case, let's go. Okay, so let's gather up all of our little bits right here, and we can then repost all of this on the auction house and see how much gold we've got in total just on the auction house, so to speak. So we've got all of our Azhara's Veil and all of that stuff from the farm, so that should hopefully bring up our gold for the auction house amount. The objective at this moment in time is to get to 100,000 gold, so then we can start doing some proper flipping and just doing that in general. So this is going to take a little while in order to build up, but I'm pretty confident that we'll probably be able to do it in a few days, just give or take whether the market is going to want the demand for certain objects, because at the end of the day, if people don't want the Azhara's Veil and they want Whiptail, so I'm going to have to do Whiptail. So just bear that in mind, that when you're doing old world farms, the demand for it can vary depending server to server, but I find that Cataclysm, Herbs and ore is fast sellers due to the fact that some of them are used for the Vial of the Sands, which is always in a demand for the materials for, and thus I find it to sell faster just in general. So it's a good way of actually doing all of this in just gathering up your initial gold. So if you want initial gold, I would highly recommend that you double down on your gathering professions to get your initial 100k, and then you can start flipping and all of that jazz. Obviously we're starting from 0, so it's going to take a little while in order to get up to 100k, because I'm on a Hypop server and farms generally on Hypop servers don't sell for an awful lot because there's so much supply against the demand. But at the end of the day, let's see how much gold. Now we're going to be doing some clicking. Obviously I know I can do my scroll mouse thing, but I never bother doing it because I just can't be bothered to actually set it up. I am aware of it though. But currently at this moment in time we have about 92,195 gold's worth of stuff on the auction house, and hopefully we can sell a load of this in the future. I'm going to now jump down and start doing some more gathering farms, and then once we've got our initial 100k we can then build up and build up. Aside from that, guys, if you haven't already, please donate even just a $5 towards the fundraiser. It really does go a long way. Have an awesome day, guys, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow. Have an awesome day, guys, and I shall see you soon.